Open World Games. Subscribe today on YouTube and visit us at openworldgames.com.
Why, hello there, my fellow agents. What's up? It's Robbie with Open World Games, and E3 is fast approaching, and you know what that means. We will be seeing Tom Clancy's The Division gameplay prominently on display June 15th. So again, stay tuned here to Open World Games. Around that date, we will have gameplay, we'll have a breakdown, we'll have so much videos going on during that time dedicated to The Division. But, you know, one of the biggest questions that I've gotten recently is, will The Division see a downgrade much like The Witcher 3? And you know, this is an interesting question. I actually sat down and played The Witcher 3, of course. I've been covering it here on Open World Games. And guys, I have had a total freaking blast with this game. I didn't even think of a downgrade when I was playing through it. I just thought, oh my god, this world is so beautiful. Maybe I am just too simple-minded, I don't know, but I personally think the world of The Witcher 3 looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, of course, there's no doubting that it has seen a downgrade, some sort of downgrade. You know, there's less atmospheric effects, less smoke effects. There's certain details that are missing, but that was target demonstration gameplay. But, you know, will we see the same thing from The Division? That is actually a good question. In my opinion on this is yes, we probably will see a little bit of a compromise when it comes to the Xbox One and PS4. I would expect this to be true. You know, Star Wars Battlefront will likely see the same thing, of course. But I don't think it's going to be anything severe like Watch Dogs for that matter. But I do expect it to be sort of similar, possibly, to what we saw with The Witcher, which, in my opinion, of course, I think the game, again, looks absolutely gorgeous, The Witcher 3. Now, to resolve this whole downgrade issue, they need to just stop showing these demonstrations that are the top tier of what they expect from the gameplay. You know, the ultra settings on PC that no one will ever have. And, you know, one game that did this, which I was actually shocked by, was Assassin's Creed Syndicate. They showed a game that was in pre-alpha, and it was apparent because, you know, you saw draw distance issues, you saw pop-in in the distance, you even saw some glitchy civilians, which this better not be in the game when this Assassin's Creed Syndicate comes out. But again, they said pre-alpha, so hopefully they get that cleaned up. But it was so nice, so unexpected to see such honesty with a gameplay demonstration. I really do applaud Ubisoft for doing that, and hopefully they trickle that method of announcing games to their other franchises, including The Division. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, definitely, with the gameplay demonstration here coming up June 15th for The Division, of course. I don't think, again, the downgrade is going to be as impactful as Watch Dogs. Now, with Watch Dogs, I actually enjoyed that game, of course, but when I look back at some of the early demonstrations, there were actual features, guys, actual gameplay features missing from the final version. And I'm talking about when they showed Aiden running out of the theater, and then they zoomed out and you heard the other player talking. You got the hint that, hey, this was going to have drop-in and drop-out co-op for the single player story in the open world of Watch Dogs, which never happened. There's nothing like that in Watch Dogs. Of course, you have invasions and stuff like that, but no co-op missions in story. So that was very misleading, and I don't expect to see, you know, missing features from The Division. That would absolutely suck. Hey, you know, base of operations won't have an armory or something like that. So no, I don't expect that. But yeah, I expect, you know, to see some online issues at launch, maybe some jitters during that time. Every game has them. Hopefully they get that fixed and addressed immediately. But the good news is massive. The developers on The Division have a wonderful pedigree with online, so that is a very good sign. But guys, honestly, did The Witcher 3 downgrade really bother you? Have you stopped playing the game completely and said, I'm fed up with this, I will never buy another CD Projekt Red game? I mean, the game is absolutely fantastic. It is amazing. Of course, I have only high praise for The Witcher 3. I'm hoping that carries over to The Division, even if we see some compromises for the Xbox One and the PS4 from the target demonstration. But I don't, again, expect to be that big. So please do let me know what you think about downgrades and how you think they should be resolved in the gaming industry. So now it is time for top comments. Remember to leave yours down below for a chance to end up right here, bam, over my face. So TomTom1010 says, may I suggest something about your hair, like changing it, LOL. Sure. Why not? A chip. Badass confirmed. So Laura Croft is in the house and she goes on to say, can you play this game offline? I really want to play just on my own with the AI computers. Got 6 upvotes. Well, no, you cannot play the game offline. This game requires an online connection, but you can play it as a single player experience, supposedly, but they highly recommend that you jump in with friends and enjoy it in that manner. I believe that there will be raids like Destiny that will require that extra helping hand with co-op and that sort of thing. So that is what I would expect for The Division. Which, of course, I would prefer an option to play offline. So guys, again, remember we will be seeing gameplay June 15th. So mark your calendars for that and come back to Open World Games. We'll have extensive coverage of the game then. But yeah, please let me know in the comments below if you will be getting The Division, even if we see some sort of downgrade like The Witcher 3. I'm bracing for it. I'm a realistic type guy, and I still got The Witcher 3, still having a freaking blast with that. But guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments and questions down below, and I will see you soon enough in Mid-Crisis New York City. Yeah!
Alright, the store was empty. I heard that gunfire. Nick, check your map, see if there's anything in the area.